Blow the whistle, Eddie. Eddie has a broken arm, which was addressed in the Bobby Bones show today, and we'll get to a conspiracy theory about that in a second.
There's a theory about that.
There's a lot of theories about your arm.
Okay.
I do want to talk first about cold weather football, where there's a difference in what looks miserable to play in and what looks fun to play in. If there's a lot of snow, it looks fun.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
If there's a lot of snow and it's like 2 degrees, it's like, yeah, but it's snow. It's amazing. If there's like ice and like a little bit of snow, but you see them breathing through their helmets, looks friggin' awful.
Yeah.
Painful. Yeah.
More for the coaches. I feel like the players, they get to move around a little bit, but every time they show the head coach who's just there in a jacket and has no heater around him, that looks miserable.
See, I would disagree because you got to catch the ball, which hurts. You have to hit the ground, which hurts.
Yeah.
Like, and having played a decent amount of, again, not NFL, but cold weather high school football games, it sucks. It sucks when it's cold. And this isn't even in Buffalo, New York. This isn't even in Philadelphia. It sucks so bad. And I would just rather it snow because at least maybe your brain's like, it's Christmas.
Oh, God.
Maybe your brain, because it looked miserable.
Yeah.
The first part of that game, if just the Rams-Eagles game.
Yeah.
Because at the end of that game, it started to snow a bit.
Yeah. Then
and
it looked fun.
Then it was like Christmas. Yay.
Right.
But it was just like cold and winter and miserable the whole game.
Yeah.
And I felt terrible for them. It was a great game. We had great games. The only game that wasn't like a great game, but was still fun, was the Commanders winning. Shout out, Eddie. I think you predicted that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude.
But that game looked so cold in Philly. The Rams and Eagles played, and it just looked like every hit hurt extra. It was impossible to catch the ball. And at the end, when it did start to snow, they definitely had to switch up how they played offense. They couldn't throw the ball, really. Stafford did an okay job. It was only whenever he started to run no huddle that they could move the ball. Great game. It was awesome.
And then watching the guys run the routes, you could see they took like 5 steps just to be able to stop and then go.
And like the defensive backs, they couldn't really plant and cut.
Yeah.
So Eagles win that. That's cool. I was really rooting for the Rams. Eagles are probably a better team if they make the Super Bowl. Like it's probably a little. But the story for LA, just imagine if they could have won and made it to the Super Bowl with the Fires.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like if the NFL was fixed, I think
That's the story.
I think the LA would have won the game. Like if it was fixed, I think LA would have won the game, and it's not because it was close enough. They could have fixed it. Now, if it's like a 30-point lead, you can't fix those games. I think if it was fixable, and the NFL wanted to do that, which I don't think they do, they would have fixed that game for that wonderful story of here's Los Angeles representing its people. It was very much Drew Brees
like Katrina
and the Katrina Super Bowl. It's very much that.
Patriots 01.
Patriots, but yes, but that's just the name.
Is that for 9/11?
9/11 happened in New York City. I think you being
but I'm saying
hold on.
like the
I
whole
think you being a Patriots
and
fan.
like the whole
No.
come together community.
I can't allow
underdog
that
story.
That'd have been the Giants.
It would have been the Giants.
It'd have been the Giants. You can't have that. Just because your name's the Patriots and you get a guy.
There's nothing more patriot than America named Patriot.
I'm not going to give you that one.
Okay.
I think they found that because they got there, but the real story would have been the Giants or the Jets, a New York team. I don't think the Jets made the playoffs that year. If they did, they didn't move very far. But being able to wear the NYPD, NYFD hat.
That World Series with the Yankees and the Diamondbacks, I feel like was like the 9/11,
Stop
series.
it with the Patriots.
Hey,
I'm
I'm just saying.
No, you're saying you're a Patriots fan.
Yeah. That too. That's part of it for sure. But I mean, I think Patriots, America, patriotic.
I mean, they are
everything.
red, white, and blue.
Exactly.
Guys,
thank you, Eddie.
stop.
Thank you.
That's true.
It was a great junior varsity version of that.
I'll
but
take
not
it.
the main.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Eagles won that game. That was good. Bills and Ravens. That game looked
Great game.
cold as crap too.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to actually talk about in this game is Eddie wanting to just blame it on a player.
Yeah. Like, I think the whole game, oh man, it's hard to do that. It really is. Like, I'm not the type of person to scream at the TV and blame it on a player, but Mark Andrews completely ruined that game.
Dang, dude. That's mean, bro.
See,
And not that he probably knows it. And I'm not saying anything that, like, it's like, what a surprise. He probably knows it. He turned the ball over at a very pivotal time. And then the 2-point conversion that could have tied the game up, it was a dime.
The internet
it wasn't a
definitely
dime.
agrees with you.
First of all, it wasn't a dime.
No.
It wasn't a dime. It was he should have caught it, but it wasn't a dime. And he was like falling backward. But Lamar threw a pick. Lamar fumbled the ball too.
Bad fumble.
Admit bad.
Yeah.
So
It's snowy, dude. It's snowy.
same thing with Andrews.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like, gosh, those two moments in Andrews, like what he did is what turned that game around.
What sucked was that their two of their three most consistent players did not play well.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson threw a bad interception.
Yeah.
And
His
then,
first half was
and then a bad
rough.
fumble too in midfield. And so it was a bad first half for Lamar. Imagine if they were to score those. They wouldn't even have to worry about that at the end.
Right.
Yes, were they critical? That fumble, though, I would just compare to Lamar's. I would take those two, the Lamar fumble and the Lamar, that they're even after that one.
So not that. But the
Wash.
2-point conversion, though?
The 2-point conversion was tough. I'm not going to lie. But you can't pin that on him as the guy that lost the game. How about not giving the ball to Derrick Henry on
what was up with that?
both 2-point conversions? And
What happened on the first one?
they tried to throw it.
I know that they didn't get it. I was just trying to think of what happened.
Wasn't
I
like
remember the second one, obviously, with Mark Andrews, but I can't remember. I know that they didn't get it.
Yeah, I
can't-
think they tried to
But
throw
they did.
like
They definitely did try to throw it.
So there are a lot of things you coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
I'm never really a believer in one play causing an entire game, but I can go 4 plays, those 2 by Lamar and those 2 by Mark Andrews.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
But
God, it's just tough, man.
But
Like,
same thing with the Texans. Like, it's these plays that lose you games.
the Mark Andrews one was tough, though, because it was just the last play. But it wasn't a dime.
And there was also 90 seconds left, so the Bills could most
Oh,
likely
for sure.
probably
2
gonna win.
timeouts.
could've.
There was a
So-
minute 28 left and 2 timeouts.
I feel
You
like
don't
people
think
are forgetting about that. Yeah.
with
Well,
a
we
minute
didn't even get
28
there.
and
Yeah.
2 timeouts left, imagine that's the case. And they said, here's $100. Do you bet with a minute 28 and 2 timeouts that the Bills will kick a field goal at least to win the game? Everybody bets that. The answer is yes.
Yes.
So
It was in his hands.
I know.
man.
And I don't even like Mark Andrews. Mark, he's fine. I don't dislike him. But he's like an Oklahoma guy.
I was just gonna
don't
say,
really have any
this
like
is
love toward
sooner.
Oklahoma.
But he is like a pivotal part of that
yes.
franchise the last decade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super consistent.
It's not like some backup tight end and has been a nobody kind of cast around guy. So I feel bad for him.
I feel bad for him too,
Yeah,
more
me
than
too.
bad Adam. No, you wanted to blame him. Eddie was
Yeah, me
like,
too. I feel
Mark
bad,
Andrews
Mark.
lost the whole game.
Because now we call that the Mark Andrews game, right, Eddie?
I was gonna say, yeah.
It'll
That's
forever
definitely
go
what it
down
is.
as that.
Which Lamar is what, 3-5 in
Yeah.
the playoffs? I
Eesh.
believe it's his record. I don't think that he gets the pass though. Because again, does he not throw that interception that he just chunked? Does he not fumble at midfield? They possibly are not in that situation to begin with.
Right, they were in the hole from the beginning. They had to claw their way back.
And you don't have to go for 2 every time if you
Yeah.
get 1 field goal out of that. So a lot of
You're
small
right.
decisions.
A lot of things go into it, but God, that was the one that stuck out.
That one was tough. That was very end of the game. That was tough. I did hit both of those games as far as point spread. I was going to yell I'm back, baby, fully. I'm only back mostly because I had Notre Dame plus 8.5 last night. That final field goal kicked me right in the nuts.
I had Ohio State minus 8.5.
You did? So you needed the field goal?
Yes.
Yeah, ended up being a pretty good game though. And we can come back to that.
Yeah.
It was ugly for a long time, but it ended up, I had to turn it on and watch.
Yeah.
Like I had to care again because, when they missed a field goal,
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's it.
Yep.
And then they stopped them. There was a fumble. The announcer goes, Freeman says they need to get a turnover. Boom, turnover immediately.
Isn't that crazy? And
It's
he was
crazy.
saying, like, I think Ohio State's only fumbled 4 times all
Boom,
year.
fumble, right away.
First play.
So it ended.
It's fixed.
the script.
The second quarter and third quarter kind of sucked.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But the first part of the first quarter, that drive Notre Dame when he ran, I think he had 9 carries in the first drive.
They
Yeah.
said he threw up after that drive. And like,
Dude, he
all
looked
right.
dead on the run before that last quarterback sneak. He laid there for an extra
Yeah.
second. I was like, ugh.
I'm like, you're killing him before the game even starts.
So that was exciting. And then when they came back and made it a 1 possession game after the fumble, that was exciting. And then that field goal, those first downs just melted them.
Did
Yeah.
you think that they had a chance at the end? Like, you really think that Notre Dame could win this game?
I thought I need Notre Dame to not allow them to kick a field goal.
That's what I was thinking too.
I wanted Notre Dame to win because it's like the Yankees just won the World Series. Like you spend the most money, you know what? You're probably gonna win more times than not. You should win if you're.
Except the Yankees don't.
Yeah, if you're strategic about the money
Whatever,
you're
bro.
spending, and it's been said 100 times, they have a $20 million roster, so they should. So I was not rooting for them to win because of that. But I don't really care about either team.
I felt bad for 29, the corner for Notre Dame on that last play, the 3rd and 10. They left him one-on-one with Smith. I was like, oh, gosh.
And they were doing that so they could stop the run, obviously. And Will Howard saw it
Yeah, and
just chunked it.
yeah, we could have completed that.
And that's ball game. That's ball game. Back to the NFL. The Commanders and Lions was interesting in a couple places for me. When Teddy Bridgewater went in, I was like, let's go. This is awesome. Like, coach in high school. Now he's back in. They ran that end around to Jameson Williams. And I was like, okay, we got us a game here. Now we're back in it. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Although I had Jameson Williams like at 70 yards receiving, which he did not get. And I was like, please God, let him count that as like a shovel pass. They didn't. But the Commanders just owned that game.
Yeah.
I mean, Jane Daniels was awesome.
He had some throws, man.
I know. It's like because he's a rookie, I keep waiting for him to rookie. But
It's weird. It looks like nothing phases
dude,
him.
no sign of it.
Yeah.
Even like the excitement, he's still the same.
Yep.
No sign of it. Just
sits on the sideline
goes
like,
out and does the thing. Like I thought Jared Goff played maybe the worst I've seen him play this year.
Yeah. Yeah. The Jared Goff game.
Yeah.
That's a bad.
Mark Andrews game, Jared Goff game.
And so you feel bad when a guy has a great season.
Yeah.
Also runs into the Commanders playing one of their best offensive games, but the Lions defense is so depleted, and it all just rode that singular wave of the Lions have no defense, the Commanders offense, and Jane Daniels is awesome, and then Jared Goff had a bad game, and that just.
What did you think about the trick play that basically sealed the game?
You talking about the
double pass?
Was what quarter was that in? Because
The fourth. Yeah.
was it?
They were down 10 driving, and that was it.
I thought to myself, don't throw it, don't throw it, don't
Yeah.
throw it. And then I go, well, if I'm in that situation and I don't ever get to throw it, I'm throwing it.
It's not Jameson's fault.
Right. Yeah. That's what I thought about it. It wasn't like bad call. It wasn't, because what do I know?
Yeah.
But I thought he was so covered that I would like to think I wouldn't have thrown it or thrown it out of bounds. But then I thought, if I never get to throw it and you're giving me, I'm throwing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I understood. We call it the James Williams game. Texans and Chiefs. I saw a stat, and I wish I had screenshot it, but a lot of people are busting the Chiefs and the refs and Mahomes' balls because it's like, he gets all the breaks.
Oh, the personal fouls. Roughing the passer.
Yeah, and a couple of times that happened. And the stat was the Chiefs over the season, and I think they did the last 3 years because it was the last 2 seasons where they won the Super Bowl, they actually get less penalties than the other teams. But what happens is, my theory is that if you give the Chiefs an opportunity, an extra opportunity, they take advantage of it every single time. And did Mahomes flop on that play out of bounds where he fell? Yeah, of course. But I'm also not above that.
It's part of his game.
I'm also not above it. And when it doesn't work, it looks lame.
Yeah.
But it probably works a lot of times that we don't even know that looks like a real penalty. But it was that the Chiefs don't actually get more penalties called on their behalf. So I think what it is they're so good. If you give them just an extra inch, they're going to exploit anything they shouldn't have and get another first down or a touchdown out of it. And that's basically what happened here too. The one play where he was kind of hitting the chest in his face mask, that personal foul, I can definitely see where the ref called that. It looked like he was hit in the head.
Yeah.
Because his head popped back. Upon further review, it did look like he got hit in the chest and then in the face mask. But they have to protect the quarterbacks. I didn't feel like Mahomes did anything in that situation. That slide where the two guys hit above him, that was not a personal foul. However, bang, bang, maybe it looks like that, but Mahomes slides so late. Like
he does it on purpose.
He lures these guys in.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
You're a hater. Patriots.
I hate him.
He doesn't want to see it happen.
Watching him. I can't. It's like
No, it's
watching
because-
James Harden.
Yeah.
It's like watching all these guys where you're like, this isn't even fun.
Here's the difference. Harden's never won a championship.
I mean, I get that, but
But
And
taking that 3 bones when you jump into them, like it is cheap.
it's hard to
It's cheap.
watch.
It's strategic. And again, I'll say it again. They have less penalties called on their behalf than the other teams. So what you're seeing is that happen and then them capitalize off of it. And then you cry your little New England Patriots tears because you're the dynasty. And once this happens, you just got trumped.
I do feel Brady would do the same thing.
No.
Brady
No, because you would go down
100%.
without getting touched.
100% Brady
You would go
would do
down
it.
without getting touched.
Here's the difference.
I could show you a highlight reel of Brady's helmet
I
getting
can show
knocked
you
off
my
with
balls.
no with
We want to show
whistle.
stuff. Look, this is what I want to say about Brady. He cried all the time. People would have a different complaint, but a same complaint. Like Brady cries and gets every call. I was all for it. Any advantage you can get it. If you're not cheating. Mahomes isn't cheating. There's nothing he's doing. He's not putting pine tar on the ball, in the bat. He's not taking. He's doing nothing. They may have to change rules because of it. He slows
Probably.
up.
We need to review these then. We need to review them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm okay with that, but the problem with reviewing a lot of these
5-hour game.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Oh, you don't?
Nah. Because they're getting pretty quick at that
I was
now.
going to say, you could do it pretty quick.
Yeah. And they have upstairs as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is such a judgment call that most of them are just going to be upheld because it was called on the field. It's so close. You may get the occasional, but how are you going to call it when Mahomes is slowing down, going out of bounds so he gets hit? What are you going to call? Slowing?
But then you
like,
have
what's the
guys like you got Jared Goff on that pick six got absolutely annihilated.
We're
in
not
the
talking about
face.
Jared Goff.
I'm just saying you're comparatively.
No, we're not comparing.
To other
because
people,
Brady
other
did not get the
teams.
comparisons. If you brought up Brady, I'd like to use him in this argument. Tom Brady cried more than any player I've
You
ever
don't
seen.
get a penalty for crying though.
No, but you get breaks. You get the refs protecting their boy.
Gosh, that would be cool though. Crying, number 12.
Oh my God.
Offense.
You don't
15-yard
think they
penalty.
protected Tom Brady more than
they
any
protect
other
all
corner?
of them.
No,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
not be
Peyton
stupid.
Manning.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
And then what's-
all of them. Yeah.
What's the theme? Super Bowl winning quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, some of them are.
No, everyone you just mentioned won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's been like 15 years
Justin
for Rodgers.
Herbert like died every single time.
Yes. Until
Jalen Hurts, he had a bad one the other day, didn't get called.
He's not a superstar yet.
He's been to a Super Bowl, just hasn't won one yet.
Yeah.
It's like the Ohio State Buckeyes. You got to get a helmet thing on your
I don't think I would go as hard on you, except you're so a Brady guy. And I'm not.
It's just hard
not
to
a Brady
watch.
guy.
It's hard to watch.
And that's what we said about Brady. He cries and anytime anybody touches him, flag.
I remember that.
But he falls before he even gets touched. That would
And
piss
he would
me
get
off.
flags. He would get rough. Yes.
No,
just leave it, dude.
no.
If you don't think Mahomes is getting the Brady treatment,
I've never.
you have Patriot colored glasses on.
Yep.
Okay. Did you ever see Brady flop when he barely got
Different.
touched on the sideline?
They have different annoying traits. He
I don't
wasn't
even know how,
mobile
as a
like that.
grown man, I don't even know how you can watch that back of yourself if you're Patrick
As
Mahomes
a
and be
grown
like,
man, watching
man,
other grown
I
man
look
cry
like,
the whole time.
I look like a little baby.
I think both.
I will
of-
stand on this hill and die forever.
Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you're already dead. Because both of them are given the gifts of being the NFL's most super of superstars. And you must protect the most super of superstars just because of the money involved. And if you don't think Brady had such preferential, beneficial treatment because of what he deserved, all of his championships, you're out of your mind.
Hmm.
You are out of your mind. Is that Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Thank you. I was trying to love that guy. Anyway, that's all.
Okay.
But I also think it's hilarious
I hate it.
because I'm not for flopping. So when he fell on over the sidelines, I was like, yeah, that didn't look very good.
Yeah.
Honestly, his little fingers after a play, like
Don't
that
like
annoys,
the
that annoys me
fingers,
more
dude.
than anything else he does.
And
If
walk,
the
the way he
Chiefs
walks.
hadn't put the Chiefs in a vacuum, and there's never been an NFL season ever, and this is the only NFL season ever, and you're watching the Chiefs, you're not annoyed by them. You're annoyed by them because they win all the time. Nothing about that team is annoying.
Oh,
and,
no,
and
you're
there's-
right. You're right.
And there's nothing to dislike. There are no cheating. They haven't sent cameras in watching other people's practices, Patriots. There's no deflate gate.
They
Don't
just
get
win,
me started.
dude.
A deflate gate? You really think that's a real thing?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I
The
mean,
NFL
I
came
knew
for the
someone on the
Patriots.
inside. I
But
knew
it-
someone on the inside.
it
He said
does-
the ball was like a sponge.
They spent more time on Deflategate than they did with anything else in the NFL.
I
That
think
was a
Deflategate was
joke.
stupid, but I'm saying it changed people's perceptions of the team.
Yeah, the NFL came after the Patriots, where the NFL loves the Chiefs.
Right now,
Yeah, loves the Chiefs. I want to see a camera on guys like Taylor Swift when there's a
But
bad play.
you're missing the point. What I'm saying is there's nothing to dislike about the Chiefs.
Yeah, I dislike a lot of things.
Yes, because you're a Patriots fan.
Maybe. I know a lot
Alright.
of people. Ravens fans.
They're pretty. I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't hate the
Nothing.
Chiefs.
I can't
But
stand
because
watching
they
Kelsey.
win- Why can't you stand watching
I think
Kelsey?
he's a baby.
Okay. He is. I am not a Kelsey super fan. My only point is you have such hatred toward them because you're a Patriots fan. You do not want them. If they win the Super Bowl, they are now not.
But there's other teams like
hey,
who?
let me finish my sentence.
I never hated the Warriors,
Okay, but they're not fighting your Patriots. And Boston
but they beat the Celtics in the
Boston-
finals, and I wasn't even that mad
doesn't matter. Boston won one.
last year. Wait, what?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah.
They won last
Yeah.
year. You're not talking about. You're scared they will go down as the greatest dynasty ever, which is way different because that's what you hold your hat onto. That's way different than a.
It's a mix.
I won't fight with you anymore because
It's just funny that when the Patriots are winning, you're like, oh, yeah, well, what's wrong with us? We're great fans. Like, we're not annoying. But now that you see the other side of it, you're not winning.
Loved the hatred.
Not only that,
loved it.
You're annoying.
Loved it.
Oh my!
But if you don't think Brady got the Mahomes treatment, which they both are getting the treatment, you're crazy.
It's
worse than Mahomes gets now.
No.
Yes.
No.
You just were getting
It's a different kind of treatment. There's a difference between whining and there's a difference between like flopping and egging these guys on for the defensive.
Whatever
guys
they were
to
good
you.
at, they got back. Like Brady was great at crying like a little baby, and so he benefited from that. Mahomes is great at flopping; he benefits from that.
Yeah, but like I said, crying doesn't get you a flag.
It does late the next play when it happens again, which probably wouldn't be a flag, but because you cried about it so much,
I don't think we're gonna go anywhere with this.
I think it's 4-on-1.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh.
I don't like both of them, so.
Well, I'm not. I like both of them. Is the weird thing. I liked.
Yeah.
I
I was with a
seeing
Niners
dynasty.
fan and a Ravens fan over the weekend, and they were more pissed than I was.
Yeah, because they both lost and suck.
Yeah, they're better.
This was before the Ravens lost.
Well, the Niners didn't make it,
Yeah.
and the Ravens are just bitter they haven't made it.
Hey,
They lost last year in the AFC Championship in Baltimore.
And I'm sure you've influenced them somehow
not at all.
as your friends.
No.
Dang, he's so sour right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm
You are.
good.
You can't take it. If the Chiefs win, you're no longer the greatest dynasty. It's the first time ever.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
shoot.
No, you're not.
4 compared to 7?
But it's 3 in a row. That's never happened.
So?
That's
That's
never
going to
happened.
be a big
We've
notch
had
on the
2
belt.
dynasties. This will be 1 for them.
Never has anyone
We've had
won 3.
2.
And you're about to get your coach replaced. The coach is the best coach all time when Andy Reid beats him.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Dang.
Okay.
This is fun.
3 in a row.
Hey, Mike, you got any Longhorns gear I can borrow?
3 in a row is epic. And I'm not even fighting for my teams. I'm just fighting for common sense.
Okay.
Anyway, the Chiefs won. And I don't think it was because of the refs. I think the refs give Mahomes the Brady treatment, as I call it. But they also, the special teams wasn't good for the Texans just were not going to win that game.
Yeah, Kaimi Fanbear. No bueno.
Yeah, he had on 9 layers of clothes. He had on a
turtleneck?
He had on the North Face coat as he's kicking over.
God.
You
And
can
he
just
still
tell.
just shanked it to the right.
You just tell he was cold. He's cold. Good games. Now the pressure, though, because I don't feel like the pressure of the Josh Allen. Like Josh Allen's pressure wasn't this last game. Pressure to win a Super Bowl. But like his boogeyman is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Lamar's is winning a playoff game. So if the Bills lose, that sucks. Josh Allen didn't get to a Super Bowl again, didn't win a Super Bowl, but it's not can't win in the playoffs.
Does Josh Allen get the Tom Brady treatment?
No, because he plays a completely different style of ball, and also he's not won Super Bowls.
Because
He did have that one moment, like, what was it, 2 weeks ago, where the ref came up to him on the sideline and, like, apologized for a call, though. So, I mean, he does get a little love.
Superstar treatment.
Superstar
yes.
treatment, yeah.
But there's only 2. The Brady Mahomes treatment is totally different than anybody else. All I'm saying is they're the same. I'm not even saying that Brady's was worse. They're the same.
I didn't even say anything. I'm not even in on this. I'm not saying anything. We're going to agree to disagree, and I will die on the hill.
His face is getting redder.
He is. He's
getting mad.
Redder.
In conclusion, I forget my point. Josh Allen's boogeyman.
I like Josh Allen.
Me too.
I think he plays like awesome.
You
I
just
like a
hate
baby.
Patrick
He's like a
Mahomes. He comes in with a Buffalo Bills hat tomorrow.
Oh, I
He
will.
jumps on a table.
Yes.
I will.
Josh Allen's boogeyman is Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson's is the playoffs. If Josh Allen loses to Patrick Mahomes again, it'll be what Lamar is suffering from right now.
Right.
Can't win because of playoffs. Josh Allen can't win because of Patrick Mahomes. Not regular season.
Yeah.
You beat him regular season all day.
No problem.
By the way, playoffs, Travis Kelce, MVP. That dude, it's just like he just waits. He didn't even he just
And it's like no one ever around him either. He like always
It's wide open. But
Wide
he's
open.
looking a little old, though.
he's a little slow.
a little slower.
But
I saw through every playoff game Kelsey's played in. He's at like either 99 or 100 yards, averaging 100 yards a game through every playoff game, and a touchdown at least a game, averaging.
Wow.
it's crazy.
I mean, just even last week, you can go, well, those are inflated numbers from the beginning of his playoff run. No, I think he caught for 110 or something. I don't know.
117.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome. Let's go Chiefs.
The glorified wide receiver that you're talking about?
Oh, my goodness. Now he's going to fight to Travis Kelce.
I'm glad
now
that
I'm
he's
just giving you
continuing
crap.
on.
Now I'm giving you crap because
Gronk
he's
for
just
life.
he's trying to poke at it. I know what he's doing.
I'm literally just talking about stats. Did you guys feel I was poking there at all?
No,
you guys
not at
so
all, man.
sensitive and triggered right now because the Patriots might be the second greatest dynasty ever.
Uh-oh.
7.
That's great. Nobody's ever done 3 in a row.
Okay.
And with
Good luck.
with 4, man, can you imagine 3 plus the 1, 4 that early in Patrick Mahomes' career?
Oh my goodness.
He might
It's
win
over.
10,
Yeah.
especially when he's getting the Brady treatment.
Tom Brady would get stripped from the GOAT title? That'd be crazy.
You know, if he wins this one, they'll start to debate that. It'll be a real life debate.
Absolutely.
Like, who's the greatest of all time? And they'll go, well, Brady because he's won more, but then they'll go, but at this point in their careers, Mahomes is significantly ahead of Brady. So that will be the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's going to
think about
cry.
that?
Kevin's going to cry. Okay, we'll move on.
We all know. I mean, who's beat him twice in the playoff?
Yeah, that's true.
Tom Brady. If you guys didn't know,
Cool.
knocked him out twice.
And so Eli Manning.
One in the Super Bowl.
Eli Manning is the greatest of all
One
time?
AFC Championship.
Is Eli Manning the greatest of all time?
No.
Okay, just wondering. Because I think he beat Tom, right?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, just making sure.
Yeah. Not
And
7
Nick
times.
Foles. Yeah.
Not 7 times.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true too. That's
I
true.
champion.
forgot about that.
Anyway, college football, fun. Yeah. Bad timing, though, for that game. Because you're right in the middle of, it's, AFC, NFC Championship week. We just had the divisional round. You have MLK Day. You have the inauguration. It's
Right,
like,
yeah,
of
there's a
all
lot.
those things.
Yeah.
They should have done it on Friday. Because Friday was the day
They
that
should have
nothing really
They should have
happened.
did it a week ago.
Or that too. But they give them that whole week buffer.
I know you start the season a week earlier.
That'd be cool. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah. Bad scheduling on their part.
Yeah, they'll tweak.
What about getting rid of conference championships and just starting everything a week early?
I'm in with that too. I'm fine with that too, mostly because I don't like how they're affecting the college. We've only done it 1 year. How they're affecting the college football playoff, and they're like, even if you lose your conference championship, you shouldn't lose. I think I'm okay with the conference championship games if everything can remain fluid. And what that means is I just need a definition of what we're looking for instead of everybody arguing about what should happen. And if the group is going to penalize a team for losing if the rule is you make it, you were already making it before, we're not going to penalize you. Let's just state it ahead of time. If you were already, what I would like, and they do it, is they go, here's what it would be if it were today. This is what the bracket would look like. And so if they just said, because they indicated it, but they weren't married to it, anybody that goes to a game, we can't see them not making it if they lose a conference game. Just say it. But then again, having a conference champion is fun, but they're so big, you may have 3 people winning the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Because again, there's so many teams, and you can have a bunch of one-loss teams because teams don't play each other. So I just hope, and I think there will be, for more definition of what they're looking for in order for the playoffs to happen. I think they will tweak. They'll just put the top 4 teams in next year. I don't think they'll do I don't think we'll have Boise and Arizona State getting a bye.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to change that.
And I think they have indicated that they could possibly tweak, which means they're going to fix that.
Would Notre Dame and Ohio State, I guess Ohio State would have been in the top 4.
Yeah. And Notre
But
Dame.
not Notre Dame, right? If this were 2 years ago.
I'd have to think back, but you would go Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
You would go Texas. Texas would probably be in the top 4.
Yeah.
Or Georgia.
Nah, I think. Georgia beat Texas.
They beat them in the conference
Georgia.
championship.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Alabama?
No.
Yeah,
No.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'd have made a lot of money if they'd have made it. Yeah,
I guess just Ohio State, really. Notre Dame wouldn't have been.
Georgia would have been there though, and they were.
Yeah.
because they won the.
But
SEC.
then
they were
even in the
too,
Big
right? They
Ten,
were
like
the
Penn
two seed.
State and Oregon played each other, not even Ohio State.
I just would make it 16 teams.
Yeah.
Let's do 64. Screw it.
Dude, like March
Basketball.
Madness.
Yeah, yeah.
Just start the season
Yeah,
as a
just
bracket.
64.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
It's 64. DraftKings is crowning a king of the end zone every NFL game day this weekend. It's easy to do. You place a $5 pregame bet on an offensive player to find the end zone. If they have the longest rushing or receiving touchdown that day, they're king of the end zone, and you want a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Saquon Barkley was Sunday's king of the end zone with his 78-yard rushing touchdown. He won over 42,000 bettors,
Wow.
$48 in bonus bets. And only because, I mean, he's a pretty common pick, right? I think maybe Sunday, Jamison Williams had the longest rush.
Saturday.
Oh, was that Saturday?
Yeah, they
So
played
he had
Saturday
he had
night.
the second
Saturday
one then.
night,
So
yeah.
he was number 2.
Yeah.
But if you pick somebody and they're not one of like the top 3, like that's where you make the real money. So DraftKings Sportsbook, crowning a king of the end zone every NFL game day. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the code Bobby Sports. That's the code Bobby Sports to complete for a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.